Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where as far as Italy goes, I think the only thing we can do is wait until this guy dies. I did take a look at this murder scheme. We're going to gain 240 stress, and if we do this, the only agent that we can bring in brings us up to 21% chance. I don't think that's worthwhile, so we've decided not to do that, and we are instead going to wait for our mother to die here. I do want to attack out over here. We have a de jure claim, so we can go ahead and do that, get that cleaned up. And then we can maybe think about Bohemia? I don't know. We can't really do too much intrigue with this guy because he's just and compassionate, so there's not a lot that we can do there. He is currently unmarried. We should deal with that. We should get our guy here married, and I think that we would need to have our player heir marry her. Well, the idea was for us to marry her. I really wish that we could recruit her, but we can't because she's the primary heir. I'm like 99% sure that that's the reasoning here. Now, she is already betrothed. We can't really kill people. If we tried to do this, that's 240 stress. So we need to just stick to the course here. I think we have to get married and just give up on Italy for the time being, for this life. We can check in on it. There might be an opportunity later on. Wait, this guy is not... Oh, he is our vassal. I was going to say he's our king and not our vassal, but no. He definitely is. Okay. So we can come back. There might be an opportunity once this guy dies and she is in our... She's in our prison. That might be a chance. The question is, will she be too old at that point? We don't know. We'll have to check back. For now, we're going to walk away from Italy. I know we've done that before, but we're going to have to do it again eventually. Or we'll get them eventually. But for now, we're going to have to walk away from that. Now, that puts us at 11 of 12 domain limit. And if we put our wife onto manage domain, now we're at 11 of 13, which means that we can pull back this castle and this castle. There we go. So we are at our maximum domain. That is perfect. We can get a construction going here, and I would be interested in doing that. Any others? No. So that's all fine. So we'll come on over here. This should not be a difficult war at all. Sure, we can have a carp pond. We'll come out. Okay, in we go. This guy gets an unpressed claim. Hilarious. Well, we're just going to siege this on down. No problem. This is our vassal. Oh, we're trying to seduce our vassal here. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Let's stop that. That is not necessary. Our heir is currently unmarried. We're not expecting him to remain our heir for long, though. Oh my. All of these lines here indicating the vassalage. That's exciting. We're not expecting him to maintain, or rather remain our heir for a very long time, so we're not going to be too worried about that. We'll disband these armies. What else do we have going on over here that we could potentially do? Nothing on this gentleman. We've got a de jure claim here. Let's go ahead and grab that. We can't push that. What about here? None of those are pushable. Okay. None of that. We're just checking our entire border over here, is what we're doing. I don't really expect to get too much de jure available over here, but I want to see what our options are. So that's everything over this way. I don't think we have anything in Jerusalem. I'm fairly certain we have no de jure over here. Correct. No de jure in Italy. We do have some de jure in France. That is something we can go after, but that's all the way on the other side of the world. And we're not going to do that while we're fighting over here. So that's good to know. What about over in Scandinavia? Do we have anything off over this direction? I don't think so, since we had to destroy Ob. Yeah, nothing really. Okay. So it's basically this and France. That's what we've got right now. So that's okay. We'll come down over this way and eliminate these guys. No problem. Gonna take them a few days to get here, but once they do, they will easily win this. We're not going to repair those. I do want to check in on our inventory here. Do we have more trinkets yet? We don't. Okay. I would also like to... Oh, there's the sun. Perfect. Okay. May you grow to be strong and wise, my son. So he is now our player heir. That is cool. In we go here. I would like to potentially call a hunt here to drop a little bit of stress. We do have some... So that'll be fine. Levying squares, sure, and we'll take some prestige. We could definitely work up our level of fame. So that is fine. 25 days left here. We could assault this, but I'm not going to bother. I don't think that's worthwhile. We have a large breach, and this is over. So we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Fantastic. And we will hop up over to our capital region. I want to see if there's any other constructions we can do since we just finished that one up. Yes, over here. Cool. So we'll get that underway, and then we're going to have to go after France. Oh, we finished another. Looks like nothing. Okay. So now we can go after France, and which of these do we want to go after? We have 2 de jure duchies that we can do. This Jarldom or this duchy. That's 2 counties and 3 counties. Well, 3 counties is slightly better. So we'll go for that. How much does France have? They've got about 54,000 troops. They are involved in a war against Portugal. Okay. So we're going to raise up right here. And we're just going to raise our men-at-arms for right now. And we're going to walk in here and start... Cool. They do have allies that joined. 53,000 troops. Not too bad. We can always raise more. And we'll just make our way on up. We're at 3% war score right now, but we're just going to do a bunch of sieging for the moment. Now, how far are we on bombards? 19 years? Okay. And we're working on Renaissance thought. That's fine. And this is late medieval. Yeah. Land grants and scutage we don't actually care about. Okay, so they've landed here. We're going to walk down here. This is their ally force, I believe. We're going to walk down here and stack wipe this. There we go. I don't know that that's going to get us battle war score. It did. 2%. Not bad. So now we're going to walk up here and get ourselves ticking. Cool. We're paranoid and compassionate. So both of these are bad. Yikes. Well, that's exciting. We could become reclusive or improvident. Either of those would be fine, but I think reclusive is better here. So we're going to take reclusive, and then we will seclude ourselves to drop stress. We're going to have some real stress problems with this guy, I think. I think that's going to be an issue for us. We can see a small amount of troops coming in here. I don't think we really care about that. We just inherited the Grand Principality of Moldavia. And that's wonderful. We may now be able to equip trinkets. We did get one. The Worn Language Manual. Okay. And there's the Oirat Regalia and Jaramil's Regalia. Technically, I think Oirat is a little bit better here. Okay, sounds good. So we finished this. We're going to siege here. This siege is going to take them a very long time. Now, we do need to deal with the Principality over here. So we'll grant these out to various nobles. And are we over our vassal limit? Yes. So we're going to need to grant those over de jure. And that solves the problem for now. We're going to need to structure this realm a little bit more later on, but for now this will do. We're going to siege our way down towards this force. Our prisoner escaped. Very rude. We're 27% war score right now. So we're going to hold a funeral for our mother. And an ornate sailing ship would be fine. May you grow to be strong and wise, my son. So, has France attacked us anywhere? The answer is no. Okay. They must be dealing with Portugal first. We're going to head in over here and try to catch these lads. Yeah, they're cornering themselves here. Cool. Wait, they got out. Awkward. I didn't expect them to get out there. I expected us to catch them. There's a dangerous faction here, and this is an independence faction. I'd rather not deal with them right now. We can arrange a marriage here, like so. They're related, but that's fine. We don't care about that line. I wanted to be chasing these guys, but the pop-up prevented it. Man, these guys are fast. Okay, we're going to go back to sieging. I don't care about this. This will be fine. We're being raided. That's okay. Still no French army visible. Okay. And we'll head down to Gwent. 43% war score right now. There's an additional army coming in up here. Okay. I'm going to raise up a few levy troops here. Because we clearly need to be sieging and chasing at this point. We just inherited this county that we just handed out. We're going to grant that over. Okay. Oh, no, that was out in Scandinavia. Never mind. We should grab probably... Centralization for the development growth would be decent. We could take that. And we've got 11,000 here. This is more than sufficient. We're going to split off some 4,000. They're going to come down over here and actually over here. And we're going to split off our trebuchets. They will head down here, and we're going to give them a siege commander. Then this guy is going to head up here and link up with these. Cool. So we'll get this siege underway. And we will defend our taking war score. They're going to run away, and I think we catch them here. Yes, we do. That should stack wipe. Perfect. We gained a level of fame from that, and that is absolutely wonderful. We'll head over this way, and these guys will head up to, like, Gloucester. I think that'll be fine. We're at 72% war score at this time. 50% from occupation. This slow siege will take 6 months. That's not too bad, actually. We're reasonably okay with that. Our rival died. We lose stress, but we didn't have any to lose. We'd already dealt with that. Our wife is pregnant. Always good. And we'll just head down to Somerset. We're now at 87% war score. A lot of these are pretty important counties. Interesting. Didn't realize that. Still no sign of France. Okay, we actually see the French army is down here. I don't know why we have vision on this. Why do we have vision here? I'm very confused about this. Occupied by France, 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 France. That's France there. This is Portugal. We are not aligned with Portugal. Why can we see this? That's bizarre. I don't know. Very strange. It doesn't really matter, though. Because one more siege or 2 ticking war scores will finish this for us. France cannot respond in time. I still don't understand why we see them here. These guys are neutral. Hostile, hostile. I'm very confused why we have vision here. But let's go ahead and enforce our demands, and we'll see if the vision remains. It does. Nope, it went away. When the Portugal Holy War ended. Not when our war ended. We had vision there because of the Portugal Holy War. Huh. I don't really have an explanation for that. Let's check in on Italy. I'm fairly certain that we cannot... Wait, we can recruit her now. Done. Okay, and then we're going to marry her to our player heir. Chance of children is medium. She will be a little old, but it should be fine. Done. So, we could recruit her at the end there. Once she came of age, we could recruit her. We've been able to recruit children before, because we were able to flip their culture. But I think this is fine. I do wish we were able to recruit her a little bit earlier so she could have been in this position instead of Freitas, but this is fine. I'm not too concerned. I think we'll be okay. That should be Italy under our control, as long as they don't disinherit her or have a male child, which is a possibility. We'll keep an eye on that. So we can still declare on France. We do have another de jure duchy over here. But for now, I want to turn our eyes on Bohemia. Now, they are male preference house seniority, which makes things difficult for us. Very difficult indeed. We can't offer this guy vassalage. $194 reasons. He is a king. That's 50. 120 faith. So that's 170 reasons right there. And cultural acceptance. So if he wasn't a king, and if we were able to convert him, that would be a possibility. But it's not really a possibility. And actually, it would need to be here because we would have him converted. So we'd have to have 224 reasons. So 170 plus another 27. So that's 197. Base reluctance. We could get his opinion of us up. That would be a possibility. But I really don't think that we're going to get him that way. We could try to get someone else on this throne. None of these are valid war goals for us. For the rule set that we're under. That's not something that we can do. We cannot fabricate a claim. What other options might we have? A real problem is this empire title. We need 54 counties. We have 43. So we need to get counties off of Bohemia. But how can we go about doing that without violating our rules? We cannot fabricate. That's right out. We can't convert faith in locations that are not controlled by us. Although we should maybe be working on doing some faith conversion. Although this is looking pretty decent. But we definitely need to convert in Warnamo. That'll be fine. So we have no more de jure wars that we can declare. Unless we can declare on this guy. Actually, we can. We can seize Crete de jure. Done. We'll do that. And there is this independence faction here. I would like to get this guy out of there. Wait, is he going to get that county? Who is de jure going to hold this? I don't know. Well, for now, we're going to raise up our troops here. And they're just going to come on in over this way. We've got 7 months here. I don't think it'll take 7 months to conquer Crete. The King of Hungary, we should definitely seek to get an alliance with. There we go. That'll do the trick. And that will buy us some time here. Not a lot of time, though. It is this guy that we need to deal with. But I think that we're pressing his claim, maybe? Actually, we can check. Who would get this? We would get the titles, and this sheik would become our vassal. Okay. So I don't think that this will actually cause this guy to exit this faction. Is the current theory. We'll see how that goes. We've got 30 days left on this siege, and then we're going to go take over their capital. We've got 4 months here. We're just keeping an eye on this for the time being. 10 more days. Okay. So this guy's currently at minus 25 opinion of us. Sure. 2 months? Okay. We're going to need to deal with this guy, and I think we need to do it now. So we'll go ahead and do so. We have a half-sister here. This will be okay. We'll just make an alliance with him. I was hoping to avoid this marriage, but it really doesn't matter that much. So that's going to disband that faction, and we'll see if there's enough to bring it back. I'd be a little surprised. They have a small numerical advantage on us, but we can beat them because of troop quality. So this will be fine. Just wanted to double check what we had here. Okay, that's all good. And that's the war over. So we will enforce those demands, and these titles do indeed come over to us, which is a little awkward, but it was a de jure claim. So that's all good. Cool. So we're above our vassal limit, and I think that we are going to move a few vassals into here. There we go. And we can usurp this emirate if we wanted to, but I'm not too interested in that right now. Let's check in on Italy. This is still looking good. Okay, this gold is maybe acceptable. Yes, this gold is acceptable. What am I thinking? Absolutely it is. Sure, show in the count. Okay. So next up, I really do want to target Bohemia, but what can we do about it? Also, what is up with Arnheim here? We should be able to de jure that. Yes. We can absolutely de jure Arnheim, so we should do so. We're just grabbing what de jure we can. Remember, we are allowed to press de jure claims, but we are not allowed to fabricate claims, and we are also not allowed to do any sort of hostile wars that are not de jure. We're not allowed to press other people's claims, is what I mean. Unless they would not be part of our realm. So we're going to get this siege done. That will be very, very quick. And there we go. We'll enforce those demands and disband those troops. So that's under control now. I don't suppose we have any de jure on, like, this guy. No. Alba, what do you got? We don't have the CB there. Okay. And then, of course, there's good old-fashioned Ireland. Okay. So our sun is currently 3. But I really do want to focus in on Bohemia. Them being on seniority makes this very difficult, kind of like how France being on male only makes their succession difficult. I would like them to drop that, but I don't know if that's something that the AI will ever do. It's only like a couple hundred prestige. You know, I just had a thought. Hypothetically, and we're not in this position right now, but hypothetically, if we had somebody who had a claim on the entirety of France, one thing that we could do is press their claim, and then this would all theoretically enter our realm. But then what we would do is we would be required to grant them independence under the rules of this game. But this is not part of the game. But what if we were to say beforehand that we made a deal with them, that we will put them on the throne if they get rid of the male-only title succession, and then we go in here, switch character, switch to France, and then we were to go into the actual kingdom title. So we need to go into here, and we would remove this for 250 prestige. We can't do it right now, obviously. But as a hypothetical, that might be a way to get around that. It's not part of the game, but I think putting those sorts of conditions on putting other people on thrones independent, like not part of our realm, I think those sorts of conditions are probably okay. And definitely something that happened historically. Definitely. So I think I'm reasonably fine with that. That might be an okay modification to our rule set. That said, we don't have too much longer left in this particular series. It's 1392 right now. So that's definitely something to think about. We're going to grab golden obligations here, I think. We're truce to France. Let's check in on Italy. This is still the correct person. Fantastic. Okay. So Italy may or may not be under our control. I would like to go after the papacy. There's no CB here. So that's all definitely interesting. We have basically nothing that we can do over here right now. We did get Mongolia, but we didn't get all of this territory. That all broke up very thoroughly. I'm not super shocked about that. So other options for Bohemia. Can we take a look at the claimants of Bohemia? Let's see here. Claimants. Now, these guys are all landed. We would need them to not be landed. Like, for example, this person. She would not accept our invite to court. Okay. You're 57 years old. That's probably not a great concept. And I don't think we can press an unpressed claim for a female ruler. So that's not really a good concept there. I want a pressed claim. This guy's imprisoned, and these guys are all landed from here. So there's not a lot that we can do there. But what about France? We can take a look at France for that scheme that we were setting up. We would need a male, ideally a pressed claim. He would not accept currently. Okay. So those aren't great options. What about Burgundy? We could go after Burgundy. They are on male preference house seniority. Woof. Okay. Well, that's difficult. Very difficult to inherit a seniority title. Once again, we might be okay with pushing a full claim on that, with the understanding that they would change that succession law. But for the moment, that's not really an option. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see what we can do about some of these situations over here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Rose Valentine, Nick Smarty, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time. That was definitely not the scene I wanted to go to. Let's try that again. Yeah.